amazing experience. And for me, Taliesin is very unique. I heard about this place probably my sophomore year, and it was during architectural class, and especially having Wright being a part of Chicago slightly since he's in Oak Park, and it was just interesting. But to actually come here is completely different, and I really, really am glad I'm here. And at first, this sounds kind of rude, but let me explain. Born and raised in the city, there's a lot that goes on. You know, you have traffic, skyscrapers, buildings, neighbors, they're everyone in your space. And coming out here to the country and looking at all this greenery and all the terrain going up and down, and then just sometimes I just stand on the hill and then I see, and it's just trees, and I'm amazed about how different it is and tremendous. And I think that was on the second day we had a scavenger hunt. It was early in the morning. We were a bit exhausted, but since everything was new, we all enjoyed it. And it was just Alex, our mentor, he gave us a little list about unique places, and we went to search for it. It was about the tallest place, the lowest place, even roads and street lines and everything. And we got a good feel about it. But this Taliesin is a large. How many acres? I didn't even know. It's large, and it's hard to really digest all that information on just a scavenger hunt. But we kept at it, and especially, but everyone here is nice, and they just welcomed us, and I felt really glad. Here's one of how people on the way here, we kept asking, oh, where is it? Oh, just around the corner. And then they told us, oh, it's a great place. And then when I got there, I was like, yeah, they're telling the truth. It's a great place. And then after the few days, I think it was like on the third day, we came back, and then we mapped it out on several different maps, and we took all the information down so we can start on our projects, because in the end, that's what we're here for, to build the structure. And all of this, walking around and getting to know it really helped us. But there was one event that really captured my attention. It was a game of Capture the Flag, and we had it behind the studio, and it was around the Romeo and Juliet Tower. And it was interesting because, to me, it wasn't until after the game I realized all the pathways, all the terrain, how it changes. Because during the game, the adrenaline, it makes you more aware, and then the competitiveness. You know, you're trying to win, but then you're trying to go from point A to point B, and you're trying the quickest way, or the way to hide from people, and then or the open way, and then it wasn't until after the game that I really got settled into this place and knew just partially, not everything, just partially. Just around the hill, and then behind the studio, and then all the corners of everything, and it was very interesting knowing that a game can really affect our perspective of the land. And then here's an image of a few. During the game, we captured some inmates, and we put them in a location, and just sitting there. Oh. Well, that's it. Thank you, Brad.
Hello everyone, my name is Jason. I'm going to be talking about teamwork, and I mean, this is going to be slightly a digression from the rest of what the team is talking about, but I feel like this was one of the main points that we kind of discovered while being here at Taliesin was this whole situation, this whole experience was very educational, and it was very inspirational with all the architecture around us. But I mean, it was also really, really fun. But teamwork, which we acquired through this whole thing, was something that I felt surprised because in a team, when a team is constructed, there's so many variables, so many factors that you have to control that can just screw everything up, and they're just so radical that there's so much danger around everything. And yet with our team, there was so much chemistry, and it was also very flexible and fluid, that I feel that it's one feature that we really should just present to everybody about our team. One of the main qualities about our team that I feel was very encouraging was that our team always tried to keep a smile on each other's face, and everyone just really gathered a friendship that just grew and grew as each day passed by. And a lot of us hadn't met each other ever before, so it was very surprising to see everyone so excited to see everyone else. And I mean, I know Audrey who here is like my best friend, but a lot of other people I had just met, like Giovanna, but I feel just as close to everyone right here, and I feel like everyone just gathered together and managed to make this exciting experience. Another part of the teamwork experience was that we recorded everything. We just managed to make everything so structured in a really nice way that now all this whole experience that we just managed to construct through blog posts, through Twitter feeds, through everything, through all the recordings and pictures, we can now take this whole experience and we can follow it through the rest of our lives and remember it and be able to learn from it whenever we want. I feel like that was very, very valuable, and it would not have been completed if it wasn't for everyone that was involved. Another really amazing feature was that everyone loved to mess around, and I know you've already heard about the impromptu music video that we experienced. There was also an impromptu rapping session. It was very, very nice, but the wonderful part about that is that we were all very excited and we had a lot of highs, but there were some rare lows that happened, just like it always does. But the team just gathers together every time, and they manage to raise each other's mood again, because we're all just lifting each other up like a very structured team. And one thing that relates more to what everyone else is talking about, I'm sorry for the small digression, but I feel like we have made a very democratic group together, and we make decisions very accurately, very joined, and I feel like everything that we decide on has been just a massive consensus, and I think that that's a very valuable thing that we have been able to acquire. One very specific example that we have would be the map making experience. I know you heard from Joseph that we explored the land, we explored the area around, through the game of Capture the Flag, we explored the area right behind the school. And we tried to make comprehensive, more cognitive maps of what features are in all the areas. And the thing is that that was one of the times when we split our team up. We went by teams of the Capture the Flag game, I believe. And that was a point where the team just got to this one big division. And it was strange because we weren't learning from everybody at the same time and just having all these sparks flying and all this chemistry happening. We were divided. But once we stopped working on our separate maps and joined together, we managed to learn from each other, and we created more than just one big map that you can find on Google Earth or something. We created something that's really about the feel, about the experience, about what people really like about this area, and I feel that just being all together was what really helped us. And here are the final maps that came together as a set. I just wanted to say that this is actually one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen, especially because this whole experience, if this was in a classroom setting, we would all be here, and if we were to do a classroom assignment where we all paired up or got into groups, it would be for the grade, it would be because of the assignment. If we were in a workplace, it would all be because we're getting paid to do it. It would all be because of these very, very solid reasons. But I feel that by doing this experience, we all chose to do it, and we were all pushing ourselves intrinsically to go and follow this route and to be able to reach our goal, that it just created such a nice, wonderful thing to be a part of, and I'm really, really happy that I could experience.
Well, as you all know, I'm the baby group. I'm actually going to be a senior next year, and my name is Diana. I'm going to be talking about failing and fast, because throughout this whole entire experience that I've been here, I and myself and other people in the group, so everyone, we had to make a lot of models and have to bring them down fast, and we have to build time crunch, and I think we did a pretty good job. The first thing that we had to do was to figure out how and where we were going to construct this thing. And we were told that we had to use these like bending wood things that I thought was just like out of this world. Like, who does this to build like a freaking structure? I said that in my mind. I was like, oh my god, this guy is gonna get somebody killed. And actually, it didn't turn out like that. I think we're all alive.
Except for the seventh member that no one's going to mention.
Yeah. And
What happened to Daniel?
what we had to do with materials that we were given, this actually happened the third day that we were here, and we were given the materials to find a spot in the back of the studio to find where we wanted to put the phone booth where many other students and professors could use to maybe talk on the phone or have a conversation with somebody. And we constructed this thing on the ground like 5 times or more. And I just want to say that it has been the most frustrating thing that I've ever done in my life. And while I was doing this, I just wanted to fall on the ground and just sleep because I just needed a break. And I didn't do that. What I did was I ran around like in circles or like I started dancing. I just needed energy. And I found out that dancing is something that gives me energy. The first 3D sketch that we did was another thing that in my mind I thought that Alex was once again insane. Because as you can see, we were using zip ties. And I didn't know that they were that strong. So I was actually inspired to start doing my own like 3D sketch building the way that we did it here back at home, because compared to all the other people here, I go to the school that has architecture program, but unfortunately I'm not in it. So I actually have to go outside of like the school and look at other programs like the CAF to help me think about ways of getting involved in architecture. And I just would like to say thank you, Mike, because I think you saw something that a lot of people don't see, how much I love this and how much passion I have for it. And that was actually one of my goals when I came here, was to find out if architecture was really something that I wanted to do. And I found out that it is. After we laid the wood on the ground and we saw the place that we kind of thought that it was going to be like our final spot that we were going to build the phone booth, we started using like random materials that we found in the wood shop, and we started constructing. This was actually really interesting. The reason that we did this was because the mosquito is something that we are all trying to get away from, and I learned this week that mosquitoes are also tiny little insects that bite through your skin. Doesn't matter how many layers of clothing you have. I never knew this. Well, I'm actually going back home with a couple souvenirs in my legs. What we did to finish the 3D sketching was we went around to every single site because we were actually paired in a group of 2s, and we broke down a model, and we took about maybe 30 minutes. Every single person had to explain what they did and why they did it, and we had to keep in mind that there were specific things that we needed to have in the phone booth, which was, first of all, most importantly, was to protect people from getting bitten by mosquitoes. Secondly, was to have reception in the area where you can be in private without having other people hear your conversation. And that's it. Thank you.